are certain guys who are going to play a little bit more. What comes to mind, I think, first off is David Peralta. He's going to go back-to-back because I think he's going to leave on the 6th. So just to get him in some games where he normally wouldn't. Mookie is going to do some more live ABs, not just necessarily playing in the game, but live ABs. And then he's going to play some second base, obviously, to gear up for that. Certain guys, I'm sure, Freddie and all these other guys, Austin, guys like that, Trace, are kind of probably going to get a little bit more at-bats than they normally would.
With the pitching standpoint side, though, for like Julio, what does that look like for him?
I think it's sort of, obviously it's an aggressive buildup because of the WBC, but as far as limits, I don't think that it's something outrageous as far as, a 75, 85 pitch limit. I think it's just more of, it's a buildup, being in a competitive environment, so that's kind of where we're at, and I don't have the exact limits as far as right now for the pitcher.
Will he be in a Cactus League game, or are you going to keep him mostly back here doing some more live?
I think he's going to pitch in a Cactus League game, yeah.
Did you have a chance to see how those first couple of games went with the pitch clock yesterday?
I heard. I didn't get a chance to watch them, but I guess that the timing, the pace of play, overall time of game was right around 2.5 hours, so that's exciting, that's encouraging, especially typically in spring training where the games sort of drag on.
Do you feel like this is the best way for everybody to get acclimated to all of it?
I think so, and I think, again, we've in past waited to let people get into the swing of spring training to implement rules, but I think off the get-go, game one, I think it's good.
Is that going to be like the biggest thing you're watching today? Just seeing how that plays out?
I think so, yeah, and just kind of seeing how I would expect our guys to react the right way because the stats don't count. Just seeing how guys, pitchers, hitters react to the pitch clock, yeah.
How much are you going to try and have Gavin and Vargas play together like in the NCO so they can kind of get used to it?
I think we're going to do that a lot. So just to kind of build that relationship, so you're going to see that quite often.
Does it take some time to build that relationship with like a middle infielder?
I think so, yeah, because I think even the subtleties of obviously the positioning, but the feeds on double plays, and without the shift, a double play is always important. But when you get the ball on the ground, to be able to turn it, to get the feed, knowing the arm stroke from the guy who's throwing the baseball, the feed, it's important. So the more we can do that, the more comfortable they'll be.
How do you like what you've seen from the two of them so far?
So far, it's been good. It's been good. Obviously, there's a mutual respect. These guys like each other. They're hard workers, and it's been good. And our expectation, it only gets better.
Dave, with Will going to the WBC and Austin going to the WBC, will that give Cartaya an opportunity that he necessarily wouldn't get with those two guys still in camp? Yeah.
So I think for me, just looking at it right now, I see Diego catching every other day on the back half of the games. So we'll get Fetty will start some games, Mazika will start some games, but to have Freitas and Cartaya on the back end of games, I think it's an opportunity that Diego wouldn't normally have.
What's Vargas going to do? He's going to stand in there.
He's going to stand in there and hopefully see a bunch of pitches while holding a bat in his hand.
You have to remind him not to swing.
I think he'll be fine. No, he'll be fine. I think he understands.
Dave, you got Michael Grove going today. Used him in a 6-man rotation last year. Do you see it as a possibility of going that 6-man rotation earlier than later this season?
So Michael, we used him as a starter at times, the spot starter when we felt that during the season our guys might need an extra day built in because of lack of off days. This year, I think we got a good run of off days. I think the schedule lends itself to that. So I don't see the 6 starter situation, but he's a starter. We view him as such, but if he has to come in the pen in long relief at times, he can do that. But I'm excited to see Michael pitch. I mean, you're going to see, the mid to upper 90s fastball, and there's a slider, a curveball, and a good change. So I'm looking forward to seeing him pitch.
Yeah, and I saw you were very excited about Ryan Pepiot a few days ago. What have you seen from him so far this spring?
Ryan's working on, obviously, the delivery, which he did a lot of this winter. The pace of play, his tempo. has been really good, and the misses aren't as bad, and he's understanding kind of how his delivery works.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, thank you.